Greetings, loved ones. Today we're going to talk about how abuse cannot be blamed on mental illness. Research shows that abusers are no more likely to be mentally ill than others. To help get these messages out, please subscribe to our channel, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Hit the like button and please share these messages with others because you never know, just by doing so, you could save a life. Research shows that abusers are no more likely to be mentally ill than others. Abusers, they love excuses. They only yelled at you because they were drunk. They only hit you because they were hit as children. They're only abusive because they're depressed. It's not their fault. Survivors told domesticshelters.org that the number one barrier that often prevents them from leaving their abuser is threats or excuses. Spoiler alert, those excuses are lies. Domestic violence is not caused by alcohol or drugs. Plenty of adults who grew up witnessing domestic abuse as children don't turn into batterers. And according to a study by Dr. Andrew Klein for the Battered Women's Justice Project, abusive partners are no more likely to be mentally ill than the general population. Lundy Bancroft, author of Why Does He Do That? Inside the Minds of Angry and Controlling Men, says that believing abusers are mentally ill can be a trap of misinformation, and this can lead, among other things, to victims believing their abusers will get better if they just get help for their mental illness. Bancroft says, in my 30 years in the field, I've never seen significant lasting improvement from an abuser going to psychotherapy. If anything, things have gotten worse. He's learned new ways to get inside the woman's head or new excuses. But abuse and mental illness may overlap. Nancy Erickson, an attorney and consultant on domestic violence legal issues, researched this very topic some years ago. Erickson states, I found that about half of abusers appeared to have no mental disorders. The other half had various mental disorders, including but not limited to psychopathy, narcissism, PTSD, depression, and bipolar disorder. However, she adds, domestic abuse is a behavior, not a symptom of mental illness. Bancroft says that the characteristics of someone with narcissistic personality disorder are pretty spot on when it comes to how many abusers act. You go around using people and then blaming their negative reactions to you on them, he says, though it still doesn't mean the disorder is causing him to abuse. Too many abusers want to claim that they have a disorder. They'll claim they're depressed, and the depression is making them do that. No disorder makes you call your partner demeaning and degrading names. The abuser still has choices. So what can we blame? Are there other factors that increase the likelihood of abuse? Some say yes. In part, at least, Bancroft says, many men grow up with a learned sense of entitlement. He says, mainstream modern culture is very supportive of men using force and intimidation to meet their needs. Rape culture plays into this, making gender-based violence commonplace in much of the pop culture we've exposed to every day. Juanito Vargas of Safe Horizon, which is a New York domestic violence nonprofit and the largest victim services agency in the U.S., says that poverty and financial insecurity, which can lead to increased stress and fewer options for escape, can also increase the chances of domestic violence, but ultimately, the reason why doesn't matter. Our concern, he says, is with the survivors. And that should be our concern too. With 1 in 3 women experiencing domestic violence worldwide, the question is not if you will encounter a victim of violence, the question is what will you do when you do encounter them? You could actually be the person who saves a life. We are all called to be champions for justice, and those who suffer violence need to know that those who love them and those who don't even know them will step out, reach out to them, and give them the help and the courage they need to leave before it is too late. So please help us get these messages out. Subscribe to our channel, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, hit that like button, and please share these messages with others. You never know, just by sharing a message, you could save a life. This series is dedicated in honor of Gabby Petito and others who have suffered gender violence. I'd really like you to check out the foundation that Gabby's family has created in her honor at gabbypetitofoundation.org. And if you're a victim of violence, I want you to stop whatever you're doing, and I want you to listen to me now. You are valued. You are loved. You're intelligent, and you are beautiful. God does not want you to suffer violence. He wants you to live free from violence in peace and tranquility. And there is a way out. It's not your fault, and abuse is not love. If you're a victim of violence, reach out to somebody for help. And if you find yourself in a dangerous situation, call 911. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about, will it happen again? Do past behaviors predict future abuse? Until then, God bless you.